Hello everyone. This is Gladys saying hi to you guys from Chicago. If you're new to my page, welcome. And today I actually have a special guest who I want you guys to meet. And I want you guys to get to know him. He's going to be sharing some awesome information about his experience with us here in Vida Divina. So I cannot wait to introduce you guys to my special guest. And before I do, I just want to say happy Sunday. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. And so my special guest, his name is Andres Cuevas. He is from New York, and he was born in Harlem, New York. So he's an amazing person that I was able to meet already. And I just want him to come on here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on here so he can tell us a little bit more about him. So let's go ahead. Okay, I believe I accepted his request. Hola, Héctor. Disculpa.
Hey,
Pero pronto haré otro en español, ¿ok? Hello, Andres. Happy Sunday.
happy Sunday. How are you, Gladys?
I'm doing good, thank you. How's the weather in New York?
Well, for the time and right now, it's kind of odd. It's about 70, it's going down to like the 60s right now. It's pretty comfortable. It's some decent weather for November. It's kind of odd. If this was September, normal.
Yeah, definitely. The weather is really crazy right now because usually it's already super cold during these times, right?
Right. Yeah. How's the weather out there in Chicago?
It was also really nice during the day, like pretty sunny. Right now it already got a little bit chillier, but it's like that, here. Like yesterday we had crazy winds here in
Yeah.
the windy city of Chicago. But hello, Hector. He's saying hi in Spanish. um,
Hola, Héctor.
and so today I want you guys to meet Andres Cuevas. Like I said, he's from Harlem, New York. And Andres, thank you for coming on this live with me and being here. And I want to ask you, how did you find Vida Divina? How did you start your journey with us here in Vida Divina?
Well, I want to say, hey, everybody, my name is Andres. Thank you for having me on here, Gladys. I'm glad to actually have a chance to be on and be able to introduce myself to your people in your team out there. And my experience through network marketing has been pretty much a roller coaster because this wasn't the only company that I was actually involved with. I was involved previously in about 3 other companies, and in those companies, I learned a lot by learning from a lot of different people and had done many different things, especially in my younger years when we were doing network marketing in a very early age, where it was a lot of cold marketing, where we just ran up to people and just started talking to them. So the transition to where I've gone from running up to people to now, people are actually starting to come to me now. It's definitely different. And how I came across Vida Divina was because there was a point in time where I was pretty much at the bottom of where I was at. I wasn't involved in a company at the time because I had take a little bit of a step back away from doing the different industries. And at that time, that's when I became a single father. At that point, I needed something that was going to give me a little bit more focus, not just for myself, but also something I could focus for health and something where I can bring in an extra source of income for myself and for my daughter. So that way, life is a little easier rather than it being stressful. And then finding a way where I can teach her things that she's not going to learn in school. Or even if she does go to school, she has some experience with me where she's she can do some of the groundwork and has that thick skin when she hears the rejection.
Wow. Yeah, that is an amazing thing that we need to teach our children because there's a lot of things that happen even during school that, it might affect them. And if we teach them that they cannot take things personally, it will make them a stronger child. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, tell us, how has your journey with Vida Divina been? Like, what's made you stay here in Vida Divina? Because I know that you have a lot of experience in other companies. And also, like, it's also amazing how, aside from you having experience with other network marketing companies, that you have been persistent all these years. And, you now found the home here with Vida Divina. So tell us.
Yeah. Well, why Vida Divina is because in the other industries they had some decent products. They had some decent services, but the leadership wasn't there. That's one of the things that's changed. And why I stay with Vida Divina is because the leadership is people who want to teach correctly, and they've been there and they've been through the rough times. Our CEO, my CEO, our CEO, Amampio, who actually literally describes what it was like being at the bottom, not going to school with the right clothes, getting picked on when you're young, and you're either the first generation or second generation of your family, either new to this country or just new to school in general, where there's a lot of pressure put on you that the elders unknowingly put on you. So, and in all those other industries where the products were good, but the leadership was what was really the key. And when you have bad leadership, it doesn't matter how big the team grows, the team will just crumble after a while. Because they say one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch, and it's true. As we can see it in nature, it also follows through with in terms of network marketing or in terms of just in business in general, because business is a communication funnel through from one source to the other. And if it gets messed up somewhere along that line of communication, then you can pretty much say the root has now been corrupted. So the reason why I stay with Vida Divina is because, one, the products are simple, the payment plan is simple, the the process of doing it is simple. Speaking to our CEO can be simple, and he makes himself available to be spoken to, especially if he has time to be spoken to. So, and it just takes really showing, if you want to be able to work with him, it just takes productivity. You show him that you can help him move the company, he wants to know, how did you do? And it's his company.
Yeah.
So he's always open to learning, and that's the key thing about where I've gotten from this company versus other industries, where they will say learning is cool, but he himself, our CEO, is open to learning more, and then he's looking to help others learn more and open themselves and open their minds to become more.
Wow. Yes, that is very amazing because we have definitely a vehicle that is very unique and that you cannot find, um,
Right.
because one is our product. You,
Exactly.
eh,
One of the key things is that in all the other industries that I was involved with, I've made more money here than all the other industries I've gotten involved with.
wow, that is amazing. Um, and another thing is that, like you said, you have made more money here because our compensation plan is very, very unique. It cannot be found anywhere else. And if you're interested in knowing about our compensation plan, you can message us and we can give you more information about that. But we have an awesome, awesome compensation plan. Um, so now, Andres, I want to ask you, what is your favorite product from Vida Divina?
Do I have a top three or a top one?
If you have a top three, you can give us the top three.
Okay, cool. Top three. Top three. Number one is the tea, because that tea's changed my life and the cheese changed my family's life. Number two, I have to say the Tonkat Ali coffee. This one's my favorite. This is the reason why I drink coffee so much now. This is the reason why I drink coffee. Number three, I'm stuck between the Orange Genius and the cereal.
Oh my God, that's a tough one. Yeah, I can definitely say that. And
Those are my top three. The tea for certain, because one, it flushes out the body's unnecessary toxins, which I actually, if you guys want to see, you can check my Instagram stories. I just put up a story that showed a healthy colon versus people in my age bracket and older have not done anything to flush out their colon. It's I warn you for viewers, it is very
graphic.
graphic, but it is informative to say that this is what the inside looks like if you do not know how to clean your inside, which is one of the reasons why I say to people, we know what our stomach feels like when it's full. We know what our stomach feels like when it's empty. We know what our stomach feels like when something's invaded. But do we know what our stomach looks like or feels like when it's clean?
That is so true. And also, one thing that I have seen is that, even your daughter consumes the products, right?
She loves it. She loves the cereal. Every now and then I make the pancakes with
Protein.
the lean. I she loves the tea. Like every time she comes in, she'll drink her water, but I'll pull the gallon of tea out and she'll go, ooh, yes.
That's awesome. Yes. My daughter too, one of her favorites is the cappuccino.
Ooh,
Yes.
nice.
Mm-hmm. So, Andres, what is your goal in 5 years? Like, where would you, where do you see yourself here with Vida
Where
Divina?
I see myself in 5 years. I want, and my goal is to be making $50,000 per month in this company as soon as possible. That is my goal. That is one of my top goals. That's the one that's going to help me launch everything that I want, especially for making with this company. Once I make $50,000 per month in this company as soon as possible, a lot more things that I want to invest in is going to be a lot easier.
Well, yes, definitely possible. And what's amazing from our compensation plan is that can be possible even sooner, depending, you know, how hard we work, how much work you put
Yep.
into it. And I'm sure that, you will make that come true because we have an amazing compensation plan. So, and I'm sure it'll
Yep.
be before 5 years, I'm sure, because our company has testimonies from diamonds who have been able to achieve, a diamond rank in like 1 year. So that's amazing.
Right.
Yeah. And another thing um, that I would like you to share, before you started in network marketing, like, did you ever see yourself like being in a network marketing company? Like, how did you open your mind to this opportunity that is network marketing?
Well, it all started when I was about 20, 21 years old. I actually already had a plan on certain things that I wanted to do. One of my plans, I had a plan A, plan B, plan C, and a backup plan D for my life on certain things that I wanted to do. First, plan A was that I wanted to be a firefighter, and and I was just gonna go just forward into firefighting. But then New York City has this hidden background agenda of how they want people in certain areas, and it's a lot of political issues going on in the city. So they hire they froze the hiring process for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were supposed to do it every 4 years, which when I took it the second time, they did a hiring freeze again. And at that point, I was like, I'm done. That was my number one dream that I wanted to get done. And then if I didn't become a firefighter, I was going to be a sanitation worker, where the guys are just going around picking up garbage. And I was already, I was a lot heavier and bigger than I was now. And I was going to just throw garbage around, work on the weekends, work through holidays, and make just about maybe 10, 15 years, I think, that they work, and sit back and retire. You can do 5 more extra years to do full 20 for extra benefits and pension added on. If it wasn't going to be a firefighting sanitation worker, I was going to be a bartender. So I was going to, since I like to work with my hands and I entertain people, and I'm pretty well worked with a lot with talking, I have no problem talking to people. I know with bartending, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily what the drink is, it's how well can you present the drink to me. Because I'm not just paying for the drink. I know what the drink tastes like. But if you can make it look really fancy, then you get a bigger tip. So I knew that. And I know that bartenders usually go home with $500,000 either every other night or every night. And I was like, that's easy money. So I'm always trying to find a way where it's easy money, where it's hard work also, that doesn't require too much backbreaking work. But I also wanted to set something up for myself in the future. And the last one that I had thought of in terms of working, where I was just going to help kids learn how to swim. Because I like swimming, I like being in the water, and teaching kids how to swim, which will help save them and, keep them from drowning in the future, or those who want to learn how to swim so they can not drown. Because, some kids go away to sleepaway camp, they go in the pool, but they never get the chance to experience what's like being in the deep water.
Wow. And then, so how did you find network marketing? Like, once, those options were not available,
Oh,
how?
so that was when I was second introduced to the second company, because the first one I had got involved with was prepaid legal. And I had paid money, got involved, tried to get people involved, fell through, didn't work, and I gave that one up. Someone else came up to me when I was on my way to school. I was going to BMCC, and I was already working 2 jobs, going to school full time. And this person came up to me and said, "Hey, you look like someone who looks like you can use some extra money." And I was like, "Yeah." The story was behind that. The moment of me being spoken to was that someone else was supposed to come up to me. But the way I looked, or the way I carried myself, he said, no.
So that person was
He
scared.
looked like, yeah, I looked completely different compared to where I am looking right now. I looked like I was ready to beat up anybody type of uh, persona that I was giving off. And he looked at me and he said, "You look like you was ready to fight anybody who's spoken to you." I told him, he said, "No, you go up to him." And so he came up to me, which we are still friends now. His name is David. And he introduced me to a company that was into voice over IP. And once I took a further in-depth look on how you don't have to work by yourself 100%, you can actually work with a group of people and just gather 1% of everybody's efforts towards the same goal, and everybody wins. And I realized that through network marketing, you can just reach to a lot of people and help them hit to where they want to get to. Your dreams are taken care of. So
Wow.
I put it in my mind that, yeah, network marketing is the way to be able to reach more people, to be able to have more connections to do the things that you want to do, as well as be able to create the lifestyle that you want to create, and be able to stay almost anywhere people where they are at. If you're not staying with them, you're staying somewhere close to people that they know, and you get, everyone helps everybody else out.
Wow. So that is amazing because you realize that there's more than what we are taught when we're younger, to just go to school, get a career,
Right.
get a job, kind of like be robots. So,
Right. I didn't want to work for somebody who's always it, it was I realized that if I didn't like my own parents looking over my shoulder when I'm doing homework, I definitely don't want to feel that feeling at a job. So I was like, I don't want to work for somebody who who's had the terrible twos all their life. Let's put it that
yeah,
way.
that's true. Some bosses can be very mean to their employees. So, we are not valued. We could be replaced really fast. So,
Yeah,
this amazing opportunity that we have by being entrepreneurs, we get to work for our dreams and to
absolutely.
to help our families. And by by getting to know network marketing, basically it opened up our minds that we can see that in reality you don't have to wait until you're 65 to retire.
You don't.
And yes, we can be millionaires, if we really work hard and put the work in, because it's not easy. It takes work, takes a lot of learning new things. And if we put in the work, it's definitely possible. So
Definitely is.
Andres, thank you so much for coming on to this live and sharing with us your experience. I wanted more people to see that we also have an English team as well here in Vida Divina. And,
Yep.
For them to see that it's possible to dream, and we can have a better, we can reach the liberty of financial, you know, we have the possibility here with Vida Divina to be, what's it called? The word is not coming to me. Like when financial freedom, that's what it is. We have, and also time freedom, because,
Yeah.
if we, like, if you have a job right now, anyone who's watching this live, you can tell that you don't really have time. You don't have time for your family. You don't have time to do the things that you like. And you don't even have time to maybe study a new hobby or another language, because we have to work, 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 and we're selling our time for money, basically. So it's
Yep.
definitely an awesome opportunity. And I want to thank you, Andres, for being here with me.
Thank you
And
for having me on.
you're welcome. And we'll see you soon in the next event. Hope to see you soon, okay? Have
Definitely.
a great night, okay?
You too.